Have you ever eaten something that you know you shouldn't have, and then for some reason afterwards you've eaten way more of the thing that you shouldn't have in the first place? Hi, my name is Niam, and over the last few years I've lost 50 kilos, and now it's my mission to help as many people as possible lose weight, get fit, get healthy, and become their best selves. In this video I'm going to explain to you how this used to happen to me all the time and how I stopped doing it. So let me tell you a story. So I would have breakfast. I usually have the same thing, have some yogurt, some protein powder, mix it all up, then add some berries inside. I'd have some peanut butter and some granola and maybe a bit of sugar-free vanilla syrup to top it off. But sometimes I'd get this urge after breakfast to go and eat more. I wouldn't feel fully satisfied. And so I'd be like, all right, let me go have a protein bar. So go to the fridge, get the protein bar, put it in the bowl, walk over to the table and have a few bites, and all would be good. And then following this, I'll be like, I'm still not satisfied. And then I would just keep on eating and eating and eating until it felt like an uncontrollable binge. I would just sit there and walk around the kitchen as if I was going from the bar in a nightclub to the dance floor to chatting to my friends, back to the dance floor. But instead I'd be going from the fridge to the cupboard, to the table, to the fridge, just to get a hit of dopamine from a different piece of food over and over again. In my head, I'd be saying to myself, Niam, you need to stop, like this is out of control. But there was power over me that was sending me straight from food to food. I've done this so much throughout my life, and I think as a teenager, it's probably one of the things that caused me to gain weight. This cycle would repeat. I've done this countless number of times, and to be honest, it makes me feel out of control. I feel like I've disappointed myself because I know that I've done something that doesn't align with who I want to be. Every single time I do it, there's a sense of shame because I think that if I told anyone around me, they would look at me like, what the hell are you doing? And that's why I'm sharing it with you today. And so I went on to this journey of discovery and understanding why I do it and what I can do to stop these things from happening in the future. There are 3 things that I've implemented into my life which I think can potentially help you if you're in the same situation to stop yourself from having these uncontrollable moments that make you feel this way. So one of the things that has helped me is meditation and mindfulness. When I meditate, I sit there and I focus on my breathing and I follow my breath. By doing that, I watch the thoughts that go by in my mind. I try my best not to get distracted by them. But what this practice does is it makes me way more aware about the patterns of thoughts that are arising in my head. And so when I walk into the kitchen and I get the thought of having a snack when I don't really need it, I'm so much more aware of this thought happening that I can put space between the thought and the action. And what that means is that I'm less likely to go and have that first snack or that second snack, and so that uncontrollable binge doesn't happen. You see, a habit is just an unconscious pattern that occurs in your thoughts, your behaviors, your words, and your actions, and so putting space between our unconscious thoughts and our conscious actions can help us overcome binging and uncontrollable eating. Another way in which that I've been able to reduce the likelihood of me going for an uncontrollable eating period is having a structure and a system that I can fall back on throughout my day. James Clear says that you don't rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. I think it's true. Often we're doing things on autopilot. Life is busy, we have work, we have other priorities. And so if we rely on our conscious, deliberate mind to make the best decisions for us at every single time, we probably will fail. Whereas if we have systems in place that are aligned to the person that we want to be, we're way more likely to act accordingly. And so for me, I've designed shortcuts that allow me to pick the healthy option and pick the option that isn't going to damage me. These systems are extreme. I have now got to a point where I have to say to myself, I'm only going to limit myself to 3 eating periods per day. I have to make sure that at the beginning of the day, I plan what I'm going to eat for the rest of the day so that there is a very small chance of me having that 1 snack leading to 2 snacks, leading to 3 snacks, leading to 20 snacks. Our brain is always looking for shortcuts. We're wired for efficiency because if we were able to conserve energy in a hunter-gatherer environment, it means that we would have more energy to spare when there was a period of famine. And so creating shortcuts that align with the type of person that you want to be is going to be an effective method in order to reach your goals, because it means that the easy route and the path of least resistance then becomes the harder decision. So for me, in this example, when I say to myself, all right, 3 meals a day, when I plan the food in advance, I'm putting so many friction points before I make that decision to go and snack, that the likelihood of me having that one snack turning to 20 snacks goes down so much. Finally, something that I've done is have an accountability partner. I've hired a coach and he sets me a calorie target and a protein. The food thing I've always struggled with. I think it's probably 21 years of growing up and eating in a non-healthy way. And so having someone to be accountable to every single week means that I'm more aligned to the person that I want to be on a weekly basis. Now, I don't know if I always need a coach, but creating a social cost to not acting in a way that aligns with who I want to be 100% decreases the chance of me not being that person. And so it's a worthwhile investment to make. Here's a little bonus one. Sometimes I do slip up. Sometimes I do go and have that snack. Sometimes I do eat a little bit more than I would have liked to. In the past, I would have let that damage the rest of the week or rest of the day. I would have felt like I'd failed on this diet or whatever I'm trying to do here. But now I try and get back on track as soon as possible, and I don't view anything as a failure. It's just me on my journey trying to improve every single day. So I'm aiming for consistency rather than perfection. If you enjoyed that video, thank you very much for watching. I hope you got some value from that, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you in the future.